Adam Schiff. He chairs the House Intelligence Committee and is also now a member of the Select Committee investigating January 6th. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for being here with us to talk about this incredibly important investigation. I'd like to start with all of the new revelations that have come out over the course of the last week or so as we're learning more from in the public record. I'm sure that there are things that are already that you already know that were classified, but now many of us are learning for the first time. But I'm interested to know what of those revelations, and we talked a lot particularly about General Milley, and I know you said he should definitely testify. Was there anything about what occurred that stood out to you that you want to make sure that the committee pursues in depth as you get started?
Well, first of all, I can confirm that we will miss you. So all the best to you in your new venture.
Thank you.
But what I've said about General Milley is that he's certainly someone that we should consider. We haven't made any decisions yet on witnesses apart from our first hearing, which your reporter is quite accurate. We intend to go forward whether McCarthy appoints people or he doesn't. We do have 7 Democrats, 1 Republican who have been named by the Speaker, so it's already bipartisan. And of course, we hope that McCarthy will appoint people who are serious about the task. But I suspect his decision will be driven by whatever Donald Trump wants. But in terms of the allegations in the books that are coming out about General Milley and others, we want to find out what went on in the run-up to January 6th. We want to find out what happened on January 6th. We want to know what was going on in the White House and the administration. If there were discussions about how to overturn the election or retain power by any means, obviously that's going to be pertinent to our inquiry. Nothing would surprise me at this point. The idea that the president may have been willing to use troops to try to put down protests or overturn the results, we really can't say that anything is beyond contemplation of that former president.
Well, speaking of contemplation, you're tasked in your day job with oversight of the intelligence community, and there are some pretty significant anecdotes that includes a confrontation with a member of the president's staff over whether Gina Haspel was going to remain at the CIA. You have Milley worrying about control of the CIA and the FBI, or at least articulating that anyone trying to take over the government would have to focus on those 2 agencies. He was very concerned about Trump installing loyalists at the Department of Defense. Did you see evidence, or were you concerned about the administration and the president's attempts to do the same thing at intelligence agencies like the CIA, or not?
Oh, absolutely. We were concerned about it because it's exactly what they did with other intelligence agencies. Probably no agency was more devastated than the Office of the Director of National Intelligence when you had Dan Coates forced out of his position because he was speaking the truth about Russian interference. He was speaking the truth about North Korea and its nuclear and missile programs, notwithstanding the love letters between Donald Trump and the Korean dictator. And they were replaced. McGuire was ultimately replaced because our committee was briefed on Russian interference with political hacks like Rick Grenell, and others were put in positions of responsibility like Kash Patel that they had no business being in. And so that this was also happening at the Defense Department is not a surprise, and that there were concerns about a change at CIA and at FBI, I might add. All of these things were of grave concern to us.
So, Mr. Chairman, you're the chairman of the Select Committee. Benny Thompson has said publicly that there's supposed to be a meeting between Select Committee Democrats and the Department of Justice to see how willing they are to cooperate with your investigation. Has that meeting happened yet?
Well, our chairman, Benny Thompson, wants to make sure that we are coordinating with the Justice Department and has made outreach to the department. As a committee, we have not yet met with the Justice Department. I don't know whether our chairman has had any discussions of his own. But as we have in other investigations, we want to make sure that we're working collaboratively with the department, that nothing we do, for example, interferes with their investigation and prosecution of suspects. At the same time, they possess information that will be of great value to us. So we need to have an open line of communication.
What's your sense of what the most important piece of evidence that the DOJ may have to your investigation? Is it the call logs of the former president?
Well, the department is obviously investigating and prosecuting these individual cases, and they may get some of these folks to cooperate. And if you have a cooperating witness, for example, who's within one of these white nationalist groups, the Oath Keepers or the Proud Boys or whatnot, and they can describe the preparations that went into January 6th with coordination among the groups there may have been, and as well as whether there was information or coordination with any members of Congress, with the administration. Obviously, that would be of deep importance. So we'll be very interested in potentially cooperating witnesses. This, was an issue in the Russia investigation when there were people cooperating with Bob Mueller that we would have loved to have cooperate with the committee. And so I would hope that we can work more constructively with the Justice Department now than we could, frankly, during the last administration.
All right, Chairman Adam Schiff, thank you very much for making some time to be with us today. I really appreciate having you here on our last broadcast.
My pleasure. Great to be with you.